This podcast is brought to you by Impact.com. Impact.com is the world's leading partnership management platform. Are you looking for new ways to acquire new customers? Impact.com can help you drive revenue through partnerships with publishers, creators, or other brands. Visit Impact.com today.
I think over the next couple of years, we're going to find that there'll be a role for chief partnership officers. I think with endorsement marketing, you need to get buy-in at all levels of the company and across all teams.
You're listening to the Affiliate Marketing Podcast brought to you by Affyversemedia.com, the chapter and verse of everything you need to know about running a successful affiliate program for your business. Now, here's your award-winning affiliate and performance marketing host and industry veteran, your affiliate marketing guide and the founder of Affyverse, Leanne Johnston.
Today, we're pulling back the curtain on a revolutionary approach that's turning traditional affiliate programs on their head. Join me as I sit down with Amy Scanlon, the visionary behind the affiliate practice at Right Side Up. Amy's unique model is challenging everything we thought we knew about running successful affiliate programs. In this episode, Amy breaks down the 4 critical components of best-in-class affiliate programs and reveals why the future of our industry might just depend on a chief partnerships officer. We'll also dive into how changing consumer behaviors are reshaping the role of affiliates across the entire marketing funnel, and why it's time to break free from the silo mentality. Get ready to challenge your assumptions and see affiliate marketing through a whole new lens. The future of partnerships is here. Are you ready for it? Welcome to this week's Affiliate Marketing Podcast with me, your host, Leanne Johnston. And today I'm super excited because I have had the pleasure of meeting Amy Scanlon, the gem of affiliate practice at Right Side Up. And she is joining me on the mic today to talk everything affiliate marketing. Amy, it is an absolute pleasure to have you on this podcast with me this week. How are you?
Oh, Leanne, I'm so excited. Thank you for having me. I am good. I'll bite a little bit of a summer cold, but I'm figuring get it over with early and I'm done for the year.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. I love that attitude, that can-do attitude. Now, before we get started, let's get you introduced to our community. Tell us a little bit about Right Side Up and what it is that you do and how you got into affiliate marketing.
Right Side Up, we're a hybrid between an agency and a high-end staffing firm. We've curated and vetted over 10,000 growth marketers in pretty much all areas of discipline with the exception of traditional PR and comms. And we deploy them as in-house fractional resources, as teams, essentially however the client needs them. I started the affiliate practice back during COVID in July of 2020. I wanted to create a practice that helps clients build affiliate marketing as an in-house function. The one area I don't think you should outsource to an agency is relationships. So I'll embed fractional affiliate specialists into the brand's team under the brand's email address, helping to build affiliate marketing in those relationships in their CRM and full transparency. And for me, a win is when we have grown the affiliate program so much that the client either poaches our talent full-time, hires full-time, or we train up internal marketing team members to take on the program itself in-house completely. I also wanted an operating model without an inherent conflict of interest. So the traditional agency model is to charge a monthly retainer plus a performance metric. And in theory, the performance metric sounds good. A win, you hit this number, you make this bonus. No one's inherently evil. It's just designed to have you over-index with bottom of the funnel partnerships that may or may not drive incremental revenue, because the quickest way to show growth on a 12-month contract agreement tends to be with the lower funnel affiliates. So I charge by the hour. When you align compensation to time, it allows the affiliate specialist to truly get embedded into the team and also have some of those hard conversations around short-term gains and long-term ramifications. And we're designed to be flexible. We have no long-term contracts. We have staffing at different levels. So affiliate managers, affiliate strategists, affiliate directors. And yeah, that's Right Side Up.
Sounds phenomenal. How did you get into affiliate marketing? Because everybody's story is unique. And I'm trying to gather the intelligence of all the histories of how people got to where they are and how they landed up there. So tell us a little bit about that story.
Oh my gosh, Leanne, I love that question because it's so true, right? You're not taught affiliate marketing in school. You just wind up there. So I studied microbiology and molecular genetics in college, getting my biology degree. I worked in a lab for a while on the colon cancer gene and quickly learned that I was too social for that. And my food all smelled like agar. So I left that, went to a ski town for a little bit, worked there, and then I made my way to San Francisco and somehow landed at Linkshare before it was acquired by Rakuten. And I had a wonderful time learning affiliate marketing. Then I went in-house to round out my performance marketing skills, running all of paid acquisition. And then from there, I moved around, but affiliate has always been part of my media mix. And so for me, how I got into it was by chance, but I've always loved it. And I had to take a step back and understand all of marketing, heading up acquisition and heading up marketing before I could come back into affiliate and really understand how powerful and valuable affiliate is in your media mix.
Yeah, totally second that. You are probably one of the most unique people that I've ever met, coming from microbiology and then getting into relationship building and commercial negotiation and performance. So that's truly a really good story. But what I wanted to talk to you about today is like why you started Right Side Up and why you feel, and it's a little bit counterintuitive to what I do as an agency, but I think that there's a place for everything, a place and a time for everything. And I think you are 100% on the money. Things are changing with the SaaS revolution that's come into the marketplace. Brands now have the choice to actually take the ownership of this channel in-house. And so that's obviously created an opportunity for you to build Right Side Up. So talk to us a little bit about when did you realize that this was becoming a thing and how did you create the plan behind Right Side Up to actually enable? Because that's really what you are, you're an enabler.
Oh, well, I love that. I started consulting and moonlighting with Right Side Up when I was heading up marketing. And as I got back into affiliate marketing, as a strategist plus a tactician, I really started to think about what is the role of affiliate in the media mix. And I have always thought that best-in-class affiliate programs fill gaps in areas you can't and won't do internally. And no one wants to hear it, no one wants to say it, but affiliate doesn't scale. If it's truly driving 90+% incremental revenue, then it's typically only 10 to 15% of your total revenue. Now, of course, the caveat is not all growth is created equal. So if affiliate's the first channel you've diversified out of core, it's playing many roles. But as you build out a full funnel paid media mix, plus your lifecycle campaigns, those gaps get smaller. And its role is so very important in filling those gaps and driving incremental revenue, new customer acquisition, and reducing your blended CAC, allowing you to spend fund channels that you pay at the top with a Hail Mary. It's coming through your funnel at your target CAC. I think now it's fascinating how I've looked at affiliate, at least for me and in my eyes, is really coming to fruition in that it's becoming ubiquitous. I think everybody is seeing the true value of, I say affiliate marketing, but I really think it's endorsement marketing. There's a lot of umbrella programs under endorsement marketing, affiliate being one, podcast being another, performance-based PR, influencer, resellers, channel partners. So I think it's a big program adding value in your owned, earned, and paid channels. And everybody is starting to see that. And it's getting a seat at the growth table. And then there's a huge spotlight right now on creators and individual creators, both for B2C and B2B. Their performance is unbelievable. And partner-led growth motions is really helping to facilitate conversions and add value at every step of the sales funnel.
The first thing is that, and it's music to my ears, and that's why I want to do on this podcast. One, affiliate is part of the bigger digital mix. It should not be managed in silo, and it should be leveraged and used at multiple different stages from top to bottom of funnel. So that's the first, really cool thing that you said. And the second cool thing that you've said, and we're going to get into the nuts and bolts of talent in the industry, is now we have multiple channels. So you've got performance PR, you've got ambassadors, you've got influencers, you've got content creators, you've got traditional affiliates, you've got SEO affiliates, paid media affiliates, the list goes on, and you mentioned quite a few there. That then beggars belief that an affiliate manager is a jack of all trades and a master of none, but yet still has to be a master of all. because that's what's expected of them. Obviously, seeing all of this happen and all of these things unfold over the years that you've been in the industry, what made you decide to actually find talent and place them in-house instead of building the agency model? Because that's the difference between you and me, basically.
Yeah, it's a great question. And I think that affiliate has been siloed for so long that they haven't been able to fill as many gaps. And in fact, they haven't had that seat at the growth table. So they wind up cannibalizing other channel efforts and driving up CAC for no other reason than not having full visibility into cross-channel interaction in the entire digital media mix. And so I wanted to build the practice where we embed the talent in the team so that they could work shoulder to shoulder with other folks to identify the gaps. Because as you said, it really isn't a channel. Affiliates can play the role of every single channel. And each company has different gaps. And so you need to be nimble and flexible and really have oversight of the overall media mix so you can understand what are gaps right now. And sometimes some channels become less efficient and there are more gaps that affiliates can pick up. And then they gain more efficiencies and there's less gap, but there's a gap somewhere else. So I really wanted the affiliate marketer to be embedded in the team, have a seat at the growth table to drive truly incremental affiliate programs versus not having the visibility and possibly driving up the CACs and stepping on the toes of other channel leads.
And the reason why that works for me is because brand plays a big part with performance. And we forget about that. We forget about the kind of lean in and the crossover of that. And I think having somebody at the growth table, like you said, that's actually well embedded in the company and can work across all the other channel partners, it really does make a difference in terms of the strategy that you put behind the business. And it's not easy to get that kind of level of intuitiveness working as an outside agency or as an external agency. And what I'm finding is a lot of agencies are doing project-based work. So they come in, they fix a problem, they solve it, they hand it back, or they're coming in to fill a gap because somebody has left, or they're coming in to scale something or do some kind of technical project or whatever the case may be. And that's still fine because agencies will be able to provide the depth and breadth of experience at the time and place that you needed. But if you're thinking about taking your program in-house, or if you want to actually have more ownership of this channel that keeps growing year on year, what you need to do is get really into the thick of it. And so getting somebody that's talent placed within your team that is specialist in terms of what this channel needs, or as we said, it's ubiquitous, but as this performance partnership, whatever you want to call it, and we do call it a lot of different things in our industry, it does make sense to have a dedicated talent on that because a lot of smaller brands still have a general marketer that has to do all of the digital channels. And it's therefore impossible for them to really grow and go deep into the relationship building side, which is time consuming, and get the value out of it because people still like to think of affiliate programs like paid media. You put $5 in, you're going to get $50 out. And it doesn't work that way. So what are the sort of skills that you look for in an affiliate manager? Because I think that's a really important topic to talk about. If you are thinking about taking your program in-house and you are thinking about using like really great SaaS tools, and there's many out there, but like Impact is one of them. That's a really great off-the-shelf SaaS tool that you can plug in and play. And it gives you so much information, tactical insights. If you're really using the tool properly, you can really leverage it. And same for all of the other networks. Like I'm not affiliated to any one place, but that's just one of the SaaS tools, Everflow. There's lots of others. What are the skills that you need to have? Because the tech isn't enough, right? That's the big thing about this industry is relationships matter. So talk to us about what you look for as raw talent for affiliate managers.
Yeah, absolutely. And just quickly on that, I really believe that best-in-class affiliate programs require 4 very big components. There's the technology, plus the processes in place, the automated workflows, and the breadth of partnerships that add value at every stage of the funnel so your programs don't suffer from the Pareto principle and have over-reliance on a handful of affiliates where you're at risk. And then the affiliate specialist, the person that does know how to build those relationships. And so I think that those components make sense because such a tactical channel. Relationships take time and they're very manual in building. You can't just turn on the fire hose of partnerships like you can with the core channels and gather that data. So you need technology and workflows to automate as much as possible, create operational efficiency so you can build relationships. So when I'm talking to clients and understanding what their goals are with their affiliate program, if they have one already, or if they're launching one, migrating one, building one, optimizing, tuning up one, I really hone in on the profile of talent. And that profile of talent has to be familiar with that stage of company, has to be familiar with that medium mix and all the gaps that it's filling. Because a very mature company has a smaller amount of gaps to play in for affiliates than an early stage company. Also will hone in on the technology that the client or the brand is using and make sure that, to your point, the talent knows that technology inside out to create as many efficiencies as possible.
More often than not, I will get a client and realize that they're not leveraging all the aspects of the tool that they've purchased. Like, it's a massive issue because each tool is different and they all have their own idiosyncrasies and things that they can do. And more often than not, you find there's a Rolls-Royce piece of technology that's being used like a Mini Cooper. And it's just, it blows my mind. We're all interested in AI and everything else, but we're not actually using the tools that we are given to the full advantage in order to leverage the growth of the program. So I totally agree with you there.
Oh my gosh, Leanne, you're singing music to my ears. And I'll give you an example of, in my mind, one of my favorite features of Impact that is so unique to them is their direct tracking. And what that allows you to do is to track up to 50 affiliate links with no query string parameters, allowing you to get full SEO backlink value plus track the technology. Because once you put those query string parameters on an affiliate link, you lose the SEO backlink value. Now, to utilize the feature, you have to be using the universal tracking tag, the UTT tag, but you can do that even if you have a server-side implementation. And how amazing is that? If you want to utilize those high domain authority digital media publications review sites that are adding SEO backlink value, you're going to get buy-in from your SEO team, start to work more closely together for conquesting in your SEO keyword terms, some of which get the backlink value and others are just conquesting on the page. But you're absolutely right. That is a feature that goes unnoticed and unseen and unsold whenever I'm talking to folks that are familiar with Impact and then impact some of the employees themselves.
That is the problem. Like, picking the SaaS tool is the first hurdle, really, if you're going to start taking your program in-house, but then finding the right resources and understanding what skills that resource needs to have in order to use that tool. So I always liken it to, you could be a fantastic Formula One race car driver with any car, like, really, because if you know how to drive it and you know how to leverage the engine and you know when to press the brakes, you can still have a chance of winning. I mean, all of those Formula One cars are great, but which one goes over the line first? It's the one with the best driver. So talent is a massive issue in this industry because we have grown exponentially fast compared to other digital channels, and our channel changes all the time. So talent has to come in and then continue their learning journey. And where do they go to do that? Because you don't get a degree in affiliate marketing. Like, it just doesn't exist.
It's so true. I think the profile of talent is changing faster and more than ever in the last 2 years with endorsement marketing getting a seat at the table, because now you have these affiliate specialists that are so very good at what they do, but without having a seat at the growth table, they're not being privy to the bigger picture. Now, all of a sudden, they're sitting at the growth table and trying to understand other channels, position affiliate with those leaders and where they can support and add additional value, and then continuously get buy-in for budget and attribution at the C-suite. You bring up a good point. It's really difficult. When I'm looking at talent, I try to find those T-level marketers that have either managed other channels so they understand cross-channel interaction, because marketing is fragmented. Buyers are perpetually connected. The chances of you introducing a brand, engaging a brand, and closing that brand sale all in one touch point just doesn't exist. And so I look for those folks that have managed other channels and are cognizant of affiliate being a part of the whole, or that they have always had a seat at the growth table so that they can be a part of those conversations and start asking the right questions and then presenting the opportunities where affiliates can slot in and add value. I think over the next couple of years, we're going to find that there'll be a role for chief partnership officers. I think with endorsement marketing, you need to get buy-in at all levels of the company and across all teams. You think about the gray areas between, say, performance-based influencers and brand ambassador influencers for UGC, right? Usually brands dip their toes. They want to utilize influencers for building brand reputation. They want user-generated content to lower their costs in the core channels because the algorithm's gotten so good, it's about your creative repository. Those partnerships and the value that they're adding, their content is being pushed around the organization to the paid media team, to the organic team, pushed out through social channels and blogs and whatnot. But while you're testing out user-generated content's performance and building brand reputation, you need to move them into a pay-per-performance model, affiliate program, so you're incenting them to talk about you. Now, all of a sudden, that partnership is adding value in many ways, right? And then you need to start working with many teams. You need to start evangelizing the value that it's adding, quantifying the value that it's adding. So gaining that skill set, I think, is going to evolve with what's happening with buyer behavior and starting from third-party endorsement sites. I don't know that we can train to it right now, but I think in a year's time, people will have had a seat at the growth table and they'll understand affiliates' role and do a much better job of utilizing partnerships at every stage of the funnel and not just the KPIs of driving performance. There's additional KPIs of SEO conquesting, cheap content creation, and then of course driving performance.
I think I was actually I think it was an Impact event actually, and I think it might have been last year, and they were talking about, it was a surfing brand, can't remember for the life of me now, but it's brought up this memory, where they actually culled their entire influencer campaign down to like 20 content creators. And what they found out when they tracked the content that was being created by these really good content creators that they've eked out, is that they saved money on their creative advertising budget because they didn't have to create more videos. They actually used the influencers' videos, which resonated much better. And we don't track that. Like in the affiliate space, we're just being told, here's the one silo channel that you work in, show me the growth in this one channel. But what we're forgetting is that all of these different types of partners are now impacting other parts of marketing, which you've said. The C-level suite don't really get that yet, I think. Yeah. They're not actually understanding the impact of as your program grows, so your other costs decrease. Now, we see that traditionally with SEO because as more backlinks happen through content-based partners, the costs that we have to spend on link building reduces because we're getting the natural links anyway. But it's not so clear because we don't track everything like individually. Yeah. So there's no linear line of the customer has started here and ended here. And so we're all focused on incrementality and all of these wonderful buzzwords that we use in affiliate, but we're forgetting about the value that happens on the back end that nobody sees, which actually is incredibly incremental to your bottom line budgets. Like just think about if you had to cull your video content creation team and actually allow your content creators who love and use your product to become the content creators and then take that content and put it onto other channels. You know, now we're talking about TikTok, for example. What's working on TikTok versus what's working on Instagram, what's working on YouTube is completely different. And you could find different ambassadors and content creators to work with on a performance basis to actually go and leverage and chase down the niche audiences on those channels. Plus the fact that you've coupled with what you said about the fact that the consumer buyer journey is changing. Because we have fragmented channels that we are now starting on, nobody starts their search anymore by going to Google. Like my son does not go to Google. He does not trust Google. He's 11 years old and he doesn't trust Google. So he'll go search on YouTube for a video. Then he'll go and ask somebody on WhatsApp. Then he'll go search other sites, review sites, whatever it is. And then he'll even search with image search. Like he doesn't even search the internet the same way that we do. Brands need to realize that. And that's where they need to be leveraging their partners.
Absolutely. I mean, you said so many great nuggets there. I believe that. I think third-party endorsement sites are getting that seat at the growth table because buyers are starting from those endorsement platforms for discovery as well as social proofing and price comparison shopping because they don't trust the brands. They trust the third parties over them.
For the e-commerce world, and I speak across multiple verticals, but for the e-commerce world, everybody has relied on coupon codes and cashback vouchers and everything else for so many years to grow their program volume. The truth of the matter is that, yes, they have fantastic databases and they should very much be part of your affiliate program strategy and program mix. But if you're not segmenting outside of that and you're not looking at new channel partners like endorsements, like promoted PR and all of those other things, the truth is that your program's not going to survive.
Oh, absolutely. And I speak across many industries, B2C and B2B. And I think most affiliate programs, like I said, suffer from the Pareto principle, over reliance on a handful of affiliates. And the most defensible and strategic affiliate programs, in my mind, unlock the value and the volume in the long tail. Because just like you are launching affiliate to diversify risk in your customer acquisition strategy and paid channels, paid to own and earned, you're doing the same thing across your affiliate base. You need to diversify the value and the volume in the long tail. And that can be bottom of the funnel communities and forums, those niche places, but also those individual creators. They're going to continuously fund those partnerships like the digital media publications that add value at the top, but often require higher commission structures as well as flat fees. And so I think that the individual creators are going to be the key to diversifying affiliate programs, both B2C and B2B, because they are in the sphere of influence, whether it's discovery or engaging with your brand and your service to decide if that's where they want to put their dollars. I think we're going to see a lot more affiliate programs diversified, and the biggest publisher mix are going to be individual creators because they don't need the sub networks like they did in the past. Everyone has a phone, they can create great content, and they want to earn their full commissions.
Yeah, that's true.
You said something that was so fascinating to me that I want to chat a little bit more about, which is the additional value of endorsement marketing. And you take the example of the influencer that's creating user-generated content specifically for the paid channels, and then you're working with them on a pay-per-performance basis. It's not tracked, and there's also not a great feedback loop because of the silos. And if we had a better feedback loop on how that UGC was performing, you could utilize that in your commission negotiations with the influencer on the pay-per-performance side, because it becomes a hybrid and you'll just get a little bit more efficient and more out of that relationship. I think once that chief partnership officer starts to come into play, they will have the task of unpacking the umbrella framework for what is the philosophical view of a brand's partnerships. Who are they? What are their goals? What is the sales enablement material so that we're presenting a unified experience to our partners so they in turn are presenting a unified experience to our customers? And then more importantly, how do we operationalize that? We're moving that content around the organization to the right channels, to the right people. And then how are we calculating the return on that and iterating where we're seeing success? And so I think that's going to be the role of the chief partnerships officer and how we break down the silos and really maximize the performance of partnerships as it becomes more ubiquitous in the organization.
The thing is, that's the bit that I'm quite excited about, because for years we haven't been able to track any of this because of the fragmented way that the marketplace is set up, right? So you're in a network, you're on maybe multiple networks, all of that data is spread across different places. You're making the best case decisions based on the data that you're presented, but it's not all linked. So there's no continuation of care. There's no understanding of how did this customer find us? Where do they go to next? How do they fall back into the top of that funnel again? What happens in between that time? Who else do they go to? Like, some programs just don't have that level of data. And so they're making business decisions, sometimes stupid business decisions, and I'm going to be quite controversial, where they go, I don't want to work with voucher codes, or I don't want to work with this type of affiliate. And they're actually not understanding the value that those partners can bring in the longer term and behind the scenes in the bits that we've spoken about today. So I kind of want everybody listening to this podcast to break the shackles of what you've always known. Start thinking about partnerships as a bigger piece within lots of other channels. Start talking to your neighbors in the next department over if you're working at big companies and you're going in-house, and start understanding the natural effect that affiliates, traditional or non-traditional, or even ambassadors, content creators, whatever you want to call them, are having to the rest of your marketing capabilities. Because I'm pretty sure that if you look transparently at what's happening and actually go search for the information beyond the surface, you'll be quite surprised. And it might actually open you up to making completely different, considerate choices in terms of where you spend your marketing. So I guess that's my challenge to everybody listening to this podcast, is to actually open your eyes wider, look behind what you're currently seeing in your dashboard, get involved with your BI team, find a BI analyst, contact Amy and get somebody who's a specialist in this to come in and do some project work for you and actually see what you can uncover. Because I think when you're looking at data, you can't look at it flatline. You have to look at it from all angles to get a different part of the story. And finding the talent to do that is actually quite easy now. You can find people that have got really good talent that want to come in and work on a project basis. They work remotely. They can tap in and tap out as you need them, and you only pay for the hours that they give you. So it's not impossible to do. It's just about asking the right questions about what you need and finding that right talent source, and then contacting somebody like Amy, who's an enabler that can help you to get that information. You might not be ready for that yet. You might be a smaller brand and leveraging an agency, which still has its place. Can't do myself out of any business, but it really is. There's different stages in your affiliate program life cycle, and you need to understand what stage you're at in order to get to the next level and to then bring in the resources and the skill set that you need to make that happen. But I think a lot of what you said today is so true, is that our customers are changing and the way that they engage with online is changing. It's no longer web and mobile. It's every other channel that's coming out. And understanding all of those channels is not maybe necessarily your job, but understanding how to leverage the experts that are in those channels is your job, to understand and find those influencers, those creators that know TikTok, that know Instagram, that know how to work, LinkedIn and Twitter and all of these other channels, and leverage your customer at the place that they're at.
I love it. Music to my ears. And if you're a talent listening to this podcast, I would challenge you to take a step back and see the bigger picture and really start evangelizing the role of endorsement marketing beyond just driving the revenue. All the value they add in brand discovery, in engagement, in content creation, in brand reputation, because the endorsement marketers, affiliates, influencers, publishers, however, content creators, all the many names we use for them, they add value beyond the revenue. But really, this is such an exciting space. I'm so happy that affiliate is getting a seat at the growth table. And I'm really thrilled that brands are seeing the true, tangible results and the value, and that they are embracing the partner-led growth motion for moving their business and their revenue to the next level.
The thing is that we're lucky that we're in this age, because 20 years ago, this data wasn't available to us. So we were just making decisions based on best case scenario and flying by the seat of our pants. But if you're coming into the industry right now, you're actually quite lucky because you're getting the full visibility. It's about whether you actually use that or not to make intelligent decisions. So again, you're going to have a really powerful race car, but if you don't know how to drive it, who's the idiot? It's not the car's fault, it's your fault. So you really need to be investing in your education. You need to be getting out to events and talking to people like myself and Amy and other industry veterans that are really giving their time and energy to educate. You need to be learning from the past. And the past is written, but it's not written down anywhere. And so that's why things like this are really exciting to me, because everybody that I speak to on this podcast has got a different viewpoint as to what is happening in the industry. And if you can't listen in and tune in and hear all of these different viewpoints and leverage all of the learnings that are being pushed into the community, and then make your own informed decision about how to use that information and how to leverage that information, then this isn't the right role for you. It's really just not a job that you're going to be able to excel in, because everything is changing all the time. And our industry is getting bigger and bigger.
If you believe that affiliates add value at every stage of the funnel across all the channels, then those channels and the efficiencies are constantly changing. You constantly need to be realigning partnerships to the value that they're adding and filling in all those different gaps. And I swear they change daily, quarterly, monthly, yearly.
You need to be comfortable with failure, and you need to be comfortable that one and done is never done, because it is never done in our industry. So what you do this month or this quarter isn't necessarily going to see you through to next quarter. So you can't be a lazy marketer in affiliate. That's the moral of today's story, is you need to be constantly learning and investing in your own development and understanding what's happening in the marketplace around you and how that impacts your program growth moving forward. But most importantly, it starts with finding the right talent, having the right tools, and making business intelligent decisions based on the data that you have available. And whether that's all the data or part of the data, that's all that you can really do right now, I think. Amy, it has been an absolute pleasure to have you on this podcast today. I have absolutely loved every minute of talking to you. You have got such a broad knowledge of what's happening in the industry. You've shared some really great tips with our community. So I really want to thank you for your time. And it's just been an absolute pleasure to get to know you and to see the affiliate marketplace right side up.
Oh my gosh, thank you. I loved being on, and I am so excited to learn from you. Like you said, everyone's doing the best they can, and everybody's viewpoint is so valuable. Everyone has something to teach you. I love that you said make it your own, take what resonates, and particularly for your role. I'm really excited for your upcoming event this summer. There's so many fantastic leaders, so much to learn and hear different viewpoints. So thank you for trailblazing the content creation in this space and facilitating my own learning. I appreciate it.
As Amy said, come and join us at Elevate. It's taking place in London on the 16th and 17th of September. You will meet the most amazing people coming to this event to share and learn and help brands grow their programs, grow their sales, and get ahead of what's changing in 2025 as we move into a really exciting, I would like to say, we're moving out of defensive and into offensive. And that's something that you actually mentioned as well. So get on top of the offense, get out there and start getting competitive and start looking at your program in different ways, and come and join us at Elevate in September. Amy, always a pleasure. Thank you so much for being here. This podcast has been brought to you by AMP, Affiliate Manager Performance Program. The Affiliate Manager Performance Program is designed for ambitious affiliate managers working at brands, agencies, or affiliate networks. This 12-week on-demand video coaching program is for those practitioners who want to scale their affiliate program and improve their affiliate partner performance. Affiverse has trained over 200 affiliate managers from companies like Microsoft, Omnisend, AstroPay, IQ Option, PokerStars, Betson, Oxylabs, and ConvertKit will help you build consistent sales and trusted affiliate partnerships. Plus, you can join our live Ask Me Anything sessions as you work through the weekly video content entirely at your own pace. Learn proven tactics, tried and tested strategies, and access decades of experience from industry veterans who have launched, scaled, and grown multi-million-dollar affiliate programs around the world. To find out more, visit affiversetraining.com and get started growing your affiliate program with AMP today.